back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Hi, Nick Santiago on the show with me today. All right, Nick, we got a lot of ground to cover. Which one do you want to start with?
I think we need to start with the SLV first, Michael. If you don't mind, we'll start with silver.
Yeah, let's do it.
One thing I'm seeing today is a very, very good reversal day in the SLV. It actually has a slight little uptick on volume. I would have liked to have seen heavier volume, but considering that the daily chart was making a bearish pattern, this is one to keep on the radar now. Depending on how this closes in about 25, 30 minutes, this is starting to look attractive, believe it or not, this silver play.
Yeah, gap down and then closing near the highs.
Gap down. You got a potential reversal day in here. I like charts that do that. That shows a little bit of strength, shows some institutional sponsorship down there. So I think this is actually looking a little bit attractive. I'd like to see a stronger close, though. But this is one that's now going to go on my radar as a potential, just as a trade, potentially up to around that $30 level.
Yeah, okay, 30 from 27 to 76, or 27.76 to 30 is not a big move.
Not a big move, but it's just a trade at this stage of the game. I don't think these precious metals are anything more than trades at this right now at this time.
Okay, because I pulled back to a larger chart and I'm looking at the low in October of 11, December. There seems to be some pretty significant area right here. This
is a very big area. If you look at the weekly chart, the pattern is bearish. Mm-hmm. I mean that's how it looks right now. It looks like it wants to go down and touch that weekly 200-day moving average, possibly even a little bit lower than that. But a nice on the charts, and we'll just see where it goes from there.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. GLD, what about that one?
Yeah, GLD is stronger than silver. So I mean, this is the better play if you're going to get into a precious metal. Last week on your show, I talked about that moving up to around the 159 level. That still is the case at this time. So I think as long as GLD hangs in there, this still has upside to around the 159 level.
Okay, all right. Are you in these trades right now, long silver, long gold?
No, we've been in and out of them. So we haven't been in silver, but we've been in GLD, GDX, in and out. We haven't. So just depending on pattern, we're looking to just get in on these things on the long side, but not on the short side.
So bullish scalps. Got it.
Yeah, bullish scalps. Right now we got in gold pretty much at the low. Now, some of us are riding it out. Some of us are waiting for more of a pattern, but I am not in it personally at this moment. But if we get a little bit more consolidation, I jump back in that to the 159 level.
Okay. Now, last time you were on the show, you're warming up a little bit to Apple. Now, you're not wildly bullish, but I mean, you're looking for it to give it a little lift here, and it did.
Yeah, we had a long alert out there around 425. Now it's long in the tooth. My upside bias was around 479 to 480. Today it's pulling back pretty decently, so I don't know if there's all that much left in Apple, even if it can make another move up. I'm not seeing really good action in the stock today. But either way, the upside at now is limited. If you didn't get in at the 425 level where we did, you don't want Apple at all anymore.
Right. Well, nobody's supposed to trade from the radio show. They're supposed to get into the trading room with you and
absolutely
pull the trigger.
Come into the trading room, you'd be very happy right now with the Apple move. We just looked for a counter trend bounce. I still think there's a chance of that 479 level, but I don't think it goes any higher than that. And in fact, could be a potential short around that level.
Okay. All right. What about J.P. Morgan?
Well, J.P. Morgan is a stock that we talked about, I think, the last couple of weeks on your program. And what I said was this thing would come down to around the 47.50 level. That's where it will find support. Now, I think it's going to be critical today. This stock did trade as low as 47.56, and it caught a little intraday bounce. It's going to be very, very important to see how this stock reacts over the next week. If you get any kind of a bearish pattern on J.P. Morgan over the next week or so, this stock ultimately can go lower. But I will say it's probably at a very good near-term support level on the daily chart. But I do think that it has the potential to just go sideways over the next week, and then we could see some more downside in this name.
Okay, now I'm looking here again. This is just a daily chart, but back there in the beginning of the year, they had a little gap down there about 44. Are you giving that any significance if we start to break lower?
Well, 44 would certainly be a very good support level. But if we do go down with any type of momentum, I think that this actually has a chance to even go lower. But 44 will certainly be a support area, 43.50, somewhere in that vicinity. But, I'm thinking if we start to go into correction mode in this market, this thing could easily trade back down to around 38.50.
Okay. All right. But what's the critical near-term threshold for you?
46
okay.
right now. We're at a daily chart support level at 47.50, but 46, a break of 46, I'm fairly confident we'll test 38.
Okay. Exxon is rallying hard. What's going on there?
Yeah, Exxon is making a pretty good move today. The stock was defended around that $88 level. Now you're going to come up to around the $91 area. This is where I think traders need to be really careful. There's a lot of resistance around 91. If you notice, the volume on Exxon to the upside is rather low today. It's only going up on 8.9 million shares so far, with about 20 minutes to go in the session. But I think that the stock should hit a wall of resistance around 91 and a quarter.
Do you think that this stock is range bound, or are we just waiting for something to occur to get back into the trend?
I think it's range bound for the moment. Ultimately, the low on this thing that looks attractive for a buy is around $85. If we broke 85 with any conviction, then the trend would be broken. But right now, it's still just range bound, and it's basically going from 90 to 87. The low on this, or the line in the sand, so to speak, would be $85. Any close below there on an uptick in volume would say that this stock is probably going to go significantly lower. But right now, you're range bound from basically $91 to around 85. In the short run, 87.
Okay, well, we've had a fairly decent move up in the oil markets. Are you also thinking that we'd be close to some kind of a top there too?
Yeah, I am thinking that. Actually, my oil level, I'll give it to you now, is around $97 on light sweet crude. So I don't think there's all that much upside. It's another 50 cents. Oil today closed at around 96.46. So basically another half a point to the upside on light sweet crude, and then that should be significant resistance for oil.
And then downside, are you more bearish than bullish? Because we got a low here at 90. You think this may be the resumption?
That would still be significant right now, because the market did defend that low at 90. And if you look at it, November and December pivots, they occurred at $90 as well. So 90 is going to be the level to break on the downside for crude. If that happened, then oil could actually go down to around $75. But at this stage of the game, we're range bound in this as well, from 97 being the resistance point, and around 89 to 90 being a support area.
Okay, we have a major breakout today on the natural gas, and it's over $4. And I wanted to get your opinion on this thing.
Well, I think natural gas right now is probably in bullish mode. I do think that it's probably nearing a little bit of a high where it's going to need to pull back, but I think traders now can buy natural gas on pullbacks. And a level I would get interested would be around 3.5, maybe 3.40 on natural gas futures, but I wouldn't be shorting natural gas right now.
Okay, all right. Now, that's a big contract for most retail people to trade with, so they probably need an ETF that trades off of that. Do you know one?
Yeah, sure. The UNG is one of them, and I've been getting flooded with emails today and questions from my members asking me about it. And I said, don't look to short the UNG. It may have a little bit more upside from here, maybe to around the 2270, 2280 level. But be a buyer of it if it gets down to around 1950. I would be a buyer of the UNG at this stage of the game.
Do you see this more as an investment play than a trading play?
Right now, it's a trading play, but it can develop into an investment play. I've been watching and trading natural gas stocks for a long time, stocks like Southwest Energy, ticker symbol SWN, Devon Energy, ticker symbol DVN, and believe it or not, one of the biggest natural gas plays out there is ExxonMobil, since they bought out XTO Energy a couple of years ago. So I actually think that the natural gas play is here to stay, and ultimately that's going to be one of the more profitable trades over the next couple of years.
Okay, couple of years.
Yeah, a couple of years.
Definitely. I'm glad you brought that out. All right, we're out of time. Before we go, though, give our audience a way to get into your trading room so they can watch you trade over your shoulder, and stay on the right side of the markets.
Yeah, come on over to InTheMoneyStocks.com. Take out a 7-day free trial to our intraday stock chat. You'll get all of our intraday setups. You'll see everything that we do. Each and every morning I put out a bunch of gap open and gap down plays. We've been hitting about 1 or 2 of those each and every day. And then come over and try out our research center. You'll get all of our cycle work, all of our nightly swing trade setups. You'll also get all of our market sentiment, and basically most members say it pays for itself.
It does. I've seen it over and over and over again. All right, Nick, thanks so much.
Thank you, Michael. Have a great holiday.
You too. All right, everybody, Nick Santiago, President and CEO, InTheMoneyStocks.com. Definitely go in the room. Watch this guy pull these triggers. It's amazing.